10 times your YouTube views by using keyword secrets. Hey everybody, we're here to talk about YouTube, but more importantly I'm here to show you how you can get more views on your YouTube videos, and this stuff works like crazy. At the end of this video you're going to have the information that you need to get more views, possibly 10 times or more. If you haven't done so far, do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. There's a big button down there and it might be red if you haven't subscribed yet, but when you click it it will turn gray, and then this bell is going to pop up next to it. You got to ring the bell. That means you got to turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live or I upload a video. Now I want you to think about this. YouTube, let's think about YouTube here real quick. YouTube gets more than 3 billion monthly searches. As a matter of fact, YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world, just behind Google, and Google owns YouTube, so you want to be there. Okay, that's the important thing. There are 2 billion users that log into YouTube every day, watching over 1 billion hours of videos. That's a lot. So since there's so much there and there's so much going on, you have got to stand out. So many people think that if I do a great video and it has great content, it's super entertaining, or it's super helpful, or I'm super funny, then people will watch it. And that would be true if they knew about it. Think about it this way. YouTube is so big, it's not like a huge crowd of people and one person screaming to be louder. It's nothing like that. It's more like a beach and a grain of sand, where all those grains of sand are identical and they don't stand out. To make your grain of sand stand out, it's got to be gold, or it's got to be lit up, or it's got to be glittery. You've got to do something different, and that would be keywords on your YouTube videos. You see, the key to getting views on your videos is to lace your videos with a bunch of detailed keywords that allows people to search YouTube and find the videos that match what they're searching for, and that's what we're going to do. Now here's an example on your screen right now. I know this sounds a lot similar to SEO principles that get websites to rank on Google, right? Well, yeah, because it is. YouTube is a search engine for video, which means that videos can be optimized to perform better by making them easier to search for. This video is a tutorial on how to get your videos to stand out over and above all those other videos, just like all those grains of sand on the beach. You see, making videos on YouTube, you kind of got to go backwards. You got to find the audience that is going to be interested in what you want to talk about, and then you got to find what they're searching for and then make videos that satisfy that search. Now the benefit on posting your videos on a mega network like YouTube is that the audience already exists. However, the problem is that there are so many other people making videos too, that the only way you can really compete is have effective keyword research strategy. On the screen, this is a shot of a video, and it tells you what's going on with the video. It says it got 1.6 thousand views, 148.8 hours of watch time, and 16 more subscribers. So you can see it got a little bit more subscribers, but everything else is about the same. Now before we get too deep into this, I want to go through all the different KPIs, or key performance indicators, that you're going to be looking for as you look at the data inside of YouTube. The first one is watch time. It's a critical one, but it's not as critical as you think. It's combined with other things. So watch time is how long somebody actually watches your video. A minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. Now keep in mind that if you make a longer video, and YouTube recommends at this point 8 minutes, at least 8 minutes, because they can put more ads on it than they could obviously a 3-minute video, and they're there to make money, then that's good. That's good if they watch more of that particular video. However, if your video is a 2-hour video and they only watch 2 minutes, that's not good. Now while they watch a longer amount of time on your videos, that's going to elevate your video and make YouTube want to show it more. The next thing they're going to look at is retention rate. Now retention rate is how long somebody watches your video based on how long your video is. Okay, so if you have a 10-minute video, they've watched 50% of it. So If you have a 3-hour-long video and they watch 5 minutes of it, you have a lower retention rate, even though the watch time was still 5 minutes. So YouTube combines this retention rate with the watch time to see how effective that video is on holding people's attention and getting them to watch more time. Now on the screen right now, you can see retention rate, and you can see average view duration, and it's 2.33. And you can see average percentage viewed at 23.4. so the next KPI they look at is engagement. What is engagement? That is, are people engaging with your video? And there's several ways they can engage with your video. They can subscribe to your channel. That sends a signal to YouTube that people are interested in what you're doing. Okay, so subscriptions. The next thing is they can give you a thumbs up. Okay, there's a little thumbs up down there. If people click that, they're saying, hey, I like this video. The next thing they can do is actually comment on your video. If they comment on your video, they're actually building a relationship with you, which YouTube knows if you build this relationship, they're going to come back and watch more of your videos, and that's going to increase your ranking. Let's talk about some other parts of your video now, and the first one's going to be thumbnail. Do not post a video on YouTube and neglect to put a thumbnail there. Thumbnails are so important because people are scrolling through their phones. For the most part, they watch this on mobile devices, and if you don't have a thumbnail that pops, that stands out, and you can look at some of the thumbnails on my channel, then you're going to be in trouble. Now if you don't upload a thumbnail, what YouTube does is they take a screenshot of a part of your video, and you never know what part it is. Okay, they're going to give you a few choices, and you can click on one, and that becomes your thumbnail. People don't click very much on videos that don't have thumbnails, so you're gonna have to make thumbnails for your videos. The next thing is title keywords. These are critical. These title keywords are going to be what YouTube matches up with people's searches. So if somebody searches in the search bar, I want to ski better on high mountains. I don't know anything about skiing, but I want to ski better at high mountains, and your video is how to ski better in high mountains, then your video is going to better match that. So understand these keywords are very important in YouTube bringing back the right video for the person when they were searching for it. The next thing YouTube looks at is rewatches. Do they rewatch your video over and over again? Now if you have tutorial videos like I do, I have a lot of rewatches because people come back and they want to learn a certain area of that video, and they may need to go through the instructions or the steps on how to do something. So rewatches are very important too. Now I want to add something to this about keywords. YouTube does not just pull your keywords from your titles and your descriptions. They actually pull it from your audio. Now if you notice, when I started this video, I actually said the title of the video because I want to have the audio of that also, because YouTube knows that some people will put a title on their video and they don't really come through with that title. They don't really do what they say they're going to do, so they check the audio also. Now to find these keywords and to optimize your titles, I'm going to recommend that you use TubeBuddy. It is a software, and I'm going to give it to you absolutely free because I'm an affiliate of TubeBuddy. And if you look down in the description and click on it, you can download the free software. It will help you create titles and tags and all these things that you need to do absolutely free. Now they have a pro version also, and if you use my link, you can get 30% off, so that's a pretty good discount, but you're going to need that. You're not going to be able to figure out all these keywords on your own. And on top of that, TubeBuddy actually gives you suggestions on other keywords that you may not have thought about. Now keep in mind, people will type in things like I want to know, I want to do, I want to buy, and then they fill out whatever it is that they want. So if you incorporate some of that into your title, how to buy, how to do something, you're going to be a whole lot better off because that's going to match up to their searches. Now there's other ways to get keywords and figure out what people are searching for, and it's really quite simple. You just go to the search bar of YouTube. Here's an example right here. The simplest way to start really keyword research process is by playing around with the keyword tool. Okay, but there's a lot of tools out there, but you can actually just go to YouTube. Trying out some different searches that your audience is likely to make can give you insight into what your target audience is already searching for, what they're interested in, the specific keywords, phrases they use, because these drop downs that happen on YouTube are the most searched. So the first one that drops down there is going to be one of the most searched terms for that particular niche. Now as you see on the screen now, these are actual tags that you put on your video. You're allowed up to 500 tags at the time of this recording, and I try to get as close to that as possible, because why wouldn't you want to? When you identified a list of high value keywords, it's time to put them to work. Okay, and this is the place that you're going to do it. Now, we all know that the title and the description and the keywords matter, but did you know that the name of the file of that video, so when you do a video you're going to save it as a file, the name of that file is something else they look at. So what I do with all my videos is whatever the title of the video was, that's what I save it as a file as. That way those two match up, and then I also say it in the beginning of the video, so all three of those things match up, not to mention the fact that I've got titles and keywords and descriptions. But that file name is something a lot of people mess up. Don't also forget to use your closed caption. Closed captioning can also help your video because it opens it up to a wider audience, so make sure that you put the closed captions on there. Now, if you take all of these things I've given you, you will get more views. You hands down will get more views if you do all of these things. I know it's a lot of stuff to do. We struggle because we're told that we have to upload a whole lot of videos, and we have to do it on a consistent basis, and they have to be long, and then we throw all this on your plate where you got to do all these things. So where do you land in all this? Well, if you could do a whole lot of videos and do all this stuff too, more power to you. But at some point, sometimes you're going to have to decide, do I put all this information on my video, or do I just make more videos? And I would say, if you're struggling with that, I would go with putting more information on your videos than making more videos. Because if you make a whole lot of videos and you don't put your title tags, and you don't put your closed captioning in there, and you don't do a thumbnail, and you don't do all these things, nobody's ever going to find your videos. You'd do much better off to do fewer videos and have all these searchable things on your video so that people could find them. And like I said, play around with some of these tools. Get TubeBuddy, I highly recommend it. It's free. Okay, there's a link below. You want to grab that, and you can get the paid version for 30% off. But play around with some of these tools. I think you'll find you're going to get a whole lot more views, and of course you want to have good quality videos, but having good quality videos won't get anybody to watch them if they're not searchable. Think about that. They're not searchable. They're just a grain of sand on the beach. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, do me a favor, comment below, put your questions below. Any questions that you have, put it below. If you've had some successes, put those below. I want to hear about it. If you've had some failures, tell us about it so we can help you out. When you post below, you actually help other people, because you may be asking a question or posting something that somebody else had the interest in, but they just didn't do it. Do me a favor also, give me a thumbs up if you would, and subscribe. Click that button down there that's all red. If it's red, that's a bad thing, you know that. Click it, turn it gray, and when you do, a bell's going to pop up like this. You want to ring it, turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I do a new video. I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell right there so you can be notified every time I do a new video. Also, click on one of those videos there. Keep watching on my channel.